Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. Today's time to do a run-through of the game Varjager. This is a prototype, of course, of a Viking game where me and Draco and this little penguin guy are going to play a three-player game where we are going to try to become the Jarl, the mightiest Viking of them all, and our different Viking clans or tribes will try to gather prestige over a few years here until there's going to be a Jarl election where whoever has the most prestige will be named the Jarl and win the game. To do this, we are going to go out on our long ships that we have over here. We're going to go out into the world, we're going to trade and pillage and also set up colonies or trade posts. And also we are going to need to stay home as well to do preparations to build better longships to improve them, and also we need to worry about the turn order because it's really important in this game. And to get ahead in the turn order you need to have herdmen staying home. Anyhow, let's get started by showing you our clans here. I'm going to be the red guy, of course. So I have my 3 champions and I also have 6 herdmen depending on the number of players. You have starting with 6 as in the 3-player game. I also have a few over there, so I could get some more by playing some loot cards later on. Also, I got to draw. Each champion starts with 1 or 2 skill cards, and these skill cards can be used in 2 ways. So you get to start off by choosing either you have them as seamanship, which means they are better at sailing, so we don't go under before we even reach the target. Or I can use them for the special ability. So this guy over here, my Erik Segestel, he will start with the I Smell Them. He will have +2 seamanship when he does go out to do some pillaging. So I want to make sure that I put him on a boat that is going to do some pillaging. And whoever decides, what decides that is whoever is strongest on the boat. So I want to make sure that I get these guys to be the strongest on the boat so they get to decide. And this guy has the same thing, but basically it's trading he's good at seamanship with. Knut den Store, over here, he has some scribes talent, so he's better than the other Vikings at making these rune words. So he can take any rune when he's writing a rune word. And he also has 1 seamanship. I just chose this instead of the skill there. So I'm ready with my setup here. Draco, he's the green player. And I have the glass Draco meeple over here to indicate this is Draco's. And so he has his 3 champions. This guy is good at, he gets an extra loot when he pillages. And this guy has some mushrooms that he can eat. And that means he will get +1 attack power for up to 2 of your own here. So Draco can be a bit stronger there with his herdman, which means also he probably wants to do some plundering. Penguin over here is the yellow player. He has his 3 champions, and this Rollo here has something with it's both 2 seamanship and an attack power, but it's only on the east route, so he want to make sure to put him on the correct boat because we have 3 different longships. This is going to the east route, this is going to the west, I think it's called, and this one is going like down here to the Mediterranean area and also over to the British Isles. And a lot of stuff will happen. This is basically a worker placement game, but there's also a lot of area control on the longboats to make sure you be the one. Either you go for being the strongest, so you get to decide where you will travel, and also if you're going to pillage or do some trading. But at the same time, you could jump in on another boat that you think are going to be successful and just join it just to get some loot out of it. So there's a lot of tactics involved here. So we start off, every year is divided in 4 seasons, as you can imagine. In the spring, we will send out champions and herds. And here's the worker placement part. We will put out take turns putting out our Vikings on different spots. At the end of the spring, we will resolve the turn order, and the turn order is decided over here at the preparation. So if you stay home and take care of the village, then you will be further ahead in the turn order. Then we go to the summer, the autumn and the winter, that I will show you as we go. So let's start off in the spring, and in the start you just do a random draw, which happened to be Draco is the first player, so he is the first to act. And on his turn he can either place a champion or he can place 2 herdmans. And he doesn't have to place the Hirdem at the same place, so he can spread out on the longships and so on. So I think Draco is going to start off. Remember, he wants to have a lot of Hirdmans on his boat, because then if he brings this Sven Tvechegg, he will get him extra strength. So I think he will send out Sven first of all. And for Draco, it doesn't really matter which boat it takes, I think, but I think he's going for this one. And when he places the champion here, he will place him in the number 1 slot, because if there would be a tie in strength here, it's whoever is placed first that gets to decide where the boat goes. So that's Draco. Now it's my turn. I'm gonna go with 2 Hirdmans instead. I'm gonna place 1 in the preparations, so I'm the first here, and I'll place 1, I think. Now I kind of want to go on one ship that is going pillaging and 1 that is trading, basically. I might go down here, start off down here on this ship. Then we have the yellow player, the penguin, and I think he will send Rollo out on the east route ship for sure. So he done that, so he knows that Rollo's over there. Actually, when we do this also, you should right away place how much seamanship you have, so you can keep track of this. So what you do is, well, Draco's guy down here, Sven, he didn't bring any seamanship at all, so he doesn't help with carrying the boat forward. But now that Rollo was out here, he gets +2 seamanship because he's on the east seamanship. So let's see, east route. So we take 2. Just as a reminder, place them here so we know that this ship right now has 2 seamanship to its name. And we need to get more, of course. So that was the yellow player's turn. It's back to Draco again, and Draco, I think he will just keep going with his. Yeah, he will send another champion, the Erik den Röde, out here, and that brings 1 seamanship to this 1. And it's going to be tough to get somewhere, basically, because we are in the beginning. You're really low on the seamanship skills, so we'll see how that goes. The boat might sink, basically. The champions can somehow swim home though. And then we have me again, and I think I want to join in on this. So I'll send my No, I think up here I can choose now between. I mean, this guy, he has 1 seamanship as a base, but this one has 2 if we do trading, and this one has 2 if we do pillaging. So I have to sort of guess now, and this is where the interaction comes in. Where is Penguin heading? Well, I mean, I can see that he's on the boat that is heading to the eastern part, but which place would he want to go to if he becomes the leader? And maybe I can bring. Yeah, I think I'll jump in there. I'll take the trading here. I'll jump in here, and now we add this one to indicate that we have 2 more seamanship if we do trading. And of course, this is something that I can discuss with my fellow players. That sort of, well, I'll jump in here. Let's do some trading. Then we have the yellow player again. So I think he will just. Now he's starting to think, okay, let's do some trading over here. I think he'll do this. He'll just go in here and he'll place 1 here, the guy there. So it's back to Draco. He's just gonna boost his ship here as good as he can. He wants to go pillaging with this, right? Because then these guys can be stronger, but he also has to get to his target, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Then we have yellow once again, and he will send his. Let's see. He'll go down here, and he will. By doing that, he will bring 1 seamanship to this longboat. So it's back to Draco, and he'll just keep. Let's see. I mean, there's a limited number of spots for your champions on the longships. Then they can also go on the longships over here to write Runewatch. But if you want to be able to bring home loot and so on, you need to snag those places as quick as you can. But I think Draco, he's just going all in. He sees his opportunity here to just go all in on this one. and now he's taken all the spots there. He's the only one sailing out with the orange ship. Then it's my turn, and I think I will go. Yeah, I will send Knut den Store down here, and that will add one seamanship there. So hopefully we can get somewhere. And then it's time for Penguin. He has 2 more. Let's see. Now if we're going to, the number of loot cards that you will bring home depends on if you're trading or pillaging. So let's say that this Eastern longship will go, we have 2 or 4 seamanship, so we could probably go for, let's say, Bulgar over here. This is a level 1 settlement. There's level 1, level 2, and level 3. So that determines how much loot you get. So let's say we go for this one. In that case, we need 2 seamanship. We can probably pull that off. We need 6 if we're going to fight, but we're probably not going to fight because it looks like it's better to do trading, since my champion is over there with the trading skill. That also means that he would get 1 loot, right? Yeah, so I think he doesn't really need to bring a lot of guys with him for that reason, because he won't have that much loot anyhow. But the thing is, he wants to bring 1 more guy, I think, so that he can be in the majority here and decide where we were going to go. The other guy, I think he'll just jump down here and boost this ship a bit. Then it's back to Draco again. He has another champion, but now all the spots are taken, so this guy can only go and write some rune words, which is a bit sad because he could bring some seamanship. So maybe maybe Draco should have sent him out on a other spot instead. But let's say he goes, I think he'll, and the thing is, in order to get the rune word, or the rune that could create the word later on, he would have to be on a successful boat, right? So I think he'll go up here, because this looks like it's going to be successful. He goes for the eye over there. And you can see over here the different rune words, and you can plan for what you want to grab one of these runes and construct a word before the end of the game. That will bring you prestige as well. Okay, so that was Draco. Now it's my turn. I think I'll go... Yeah. This guy who's good at pillaging, he's just gonna go write some runes. So I'll just gamble down here on the U, I think that is. Yeah, that's a U. And then we have Penguin, and he'll go down here as well. And Drac will send out his here, and he's not at home at all, so I think he'll boost here with 2 guys, so we can try to keep his first place in turn order if possible. And so I will place, I'll boost this, and yeah, I think I'll do this. So now, yeah, he's guaranteed to be the first there, so no matter... I can only bring 1 guy there anyway. Okay, so everybody has placed all the workers, and now we do the return order. Now what we do is we count how many guys we left at home. We each put 2. Then we can also sacrifice loot, and if we do this, it would be done like we have them face down, and then we reveal, or like on the table reveal how much loot we sacrifice. But the thing is, in the first round here, first year, we don't have any loot, so instead we just go by whoever placed first, and that was me. So I will jump up here, and then we have Penguin, and then we have Draco. So that was the turn order. Now we go to the summer, and we will also and at the we will keep the guys here, because in the autumn we will get some prestige for leaving them at home as well. So let's do the voyages in summer. We just move this little ship down here over there, and now we get to go out. And so we do these in order from top to bottom. So first of all, we have the eastern route, and it's the Penguin who decides where we go and what we do. But as he can see, he sees that because of my guy there, the trading is the way to go. So I think he will aim for... we have 4 seamanship. We can't really do much else than, I mean, we can do the Vybora for 1 or Bulgar for 2, but we can't really, we could gamble and go for Kjörngard here for 6, but we have to be really lucky because, so we'll go for Bulgar, and now we're going to draw a card and see what happens out on the travel. And so we got +1 seamanship. This could have been +2 or minus and so on. So, but if successful voyage, each player draws 1 extra loot card. So that's awesome. We're going to get some extra loot. So we're out here. We're going to Bulgar, and since we made it there, we put one of these outpost tokens there, which indicates that we can never visit Bulgar again the normal way, sort of. But now instead, it's a place where someone in the next year can do a worker placement, place a herdman over there, and then have control over that outpost and be able to get some prestige for trading with it every autumn for the rest of the game, which is really, really strong. And that also depends on how much reputation you have. So you want to get reputation, which you get from using the loot cards that you got from the travels. But instead you can also use the loot cards to save them for the end game to make set collection. I'll show you more of that as we go. Now we're doing trading. So to start off, we will get, because it's a level 1 settlement, we will get 1 loot each. But because of this card, we'll get an extra loot. So we both get 2. Now, also because Penguin, the yellow player, was the leader, he will get an extra. So he will get 3 loot cards. 1, 2, 3. And I'll get 2. And we also have to check here how much loot can we carry. And that's why I brought an extra guy, just in case. So I can have 2 guys, I can carry 2 loot. So let's see what I got. I got some silver. And I got a shield. And these can be used in, as I said, in different ways. I could keep these and try to get as many unique in the same set. So there's 2 sets. So if I get some other of these sort of jewel stuff here, I could get a lot of points that way. Or I could use this to get prestige. I could get 1 prestige per guy in preparations. And with the shield, when I do looting at the pillage, I could get 1 less loot, but I also get 2 prestige. So you can use these to play them, and you want to play them because then you move up on the reputation track. Now let's see what Penguin got. Normally you wouldn't know what your opponents have, but he got a spear, he got some thralls, oh they are cool, and wool. And the wool here could help, of course, with the sails. So basically, next time he goes out on a journey or voyage, he could, as you see, this is seamanship. He could give up this card to boost and get +1 on the seamanship. So maybe that's what needed. Maybe we see that, okay, we're not going to make it. He can play this card, and so that his journey will be successful. The thrall he can use in the winter to get more, get a new worker, basically, or new herdman. And yeah, so let's see what we do now. We go to, this is removed, we go to the next ship. But first everybody gets their guys back. So I'll take my guys, yellow there, and his hero, or champion, and my guys. And now we go to the second ship. It's all Draco's ship. Draco's on his own ship down here. Also remember that up here, Draco was here trying to write a rune, and he did, because it was a successful voyage. So Bjorn here comes home, and he brings Draco one of these ire runes, so he can start constructing a rune word for later. Okay, and these go away, and we are ready to do Draco's. Yeah, come on, Draco, this is crazy. You're going on your own down here. He only has 1 seamanship. How's that gonna work? We'll see how it goes. I think he will go for Sevilla down here, because that takes only 1 seamanship, but he needs to get lucky on the draw of the card as well. But here he wants to pillage, and then he needs 7 strength. But remember, because of his special ability here with Sven, 2 of his herdmen are counting as 2. So he has 2, 4, 5, 6, and then he will roll dice for his champion. So we'll see how it goes. First we'll see if he gets there at all. And we have, yeah, just a scratch. So he gets +0, which means he made it to Sevilla with his 1 seamanship. But he will lose a random herd. Now, normally this is a bad way to show you, because normally if we had a bunch of different players there on the longship, we would put the herdmans down in the bag and draw one randomly to see who died. Now it's only Draco there, so Draco loses one of his herdmen. And he goes back to the supply. Draco doesn't get him, so he sort of loses him. But also, each time someone dies, it's honorable and so on, which will net Draco 2 prestige over here, because, you know, they go to Valhalla and all that stuff. Okay, so now Draco is here in Sevilla and he's pillaging. He needs to fight these Spaniards down here. And he has 2, 4, 5, but he gets to roll 2 dice. So here we go. So he needs, what is it? He needs 2. Yeah, I think he can get, yeah, there's blanks as well. So come on Draco. Oh, I got 3 extra, okay. So no problem, he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because of he ate some mushrooms, you know, they get crazy, the Vikings, and then they get stronger. So he was successful in his pillage, but also when you do a pillage, you need to roll see if someone died in the fight. Let's see. Oh, 2 guys, that is rough. 2 guys died in the fight, so Draco loses yet another 2. Wow, this is rough for him. I hope it's worth it. He lost 2 more herdmen, which of course brings him 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 for each guy that dies. Okay, and now Draco gets some loot finally. He gets something out of this. And we also get to place one of these down here. So from now on, Sevilla is somewhere a place where we can place guys to get trading. And so it's a level 1, so Draco will draw 1, but he'll draw 2 because he's the leader as well. So only him there. Let's see what he gets. Oh, he got 2 thrall, okay. Well, that's perfect for Draco. Remember, he's really low on workers, on herdmans. With these, he can get 2 more. Oh, that's perfect for him. So he got a bit lucky there at least. Okay, so that was Draco's voyage. It turned out sort of well. A lot of guys died, but hey, that's Vikings. They get you know, prestige. They go to Valhalla and all that. So Draco is happy. And then we go to the last voyage for this year, and let's see. Down here I have the majority of people, so I decide where to sail within, of course, this route here that they go to, the western route, I think it's called. So I can go to Lindisfarne, that takes 2 seamanship, and yeah, that's basically it, because the longship only has 2. So let's aim for Lindisfarne and let's see what happens. So we have the oceans. Oh, man overboard. We will lose a random herd, but it's +1 seamanship, so we made it there at least. That's sort of what you aim for. You don't want to have the whole journey just turn back home and nothing happens. That's so boring. But 1 guy will die, and now we will do this. Now, as you can see, I have 3 out of 4 herdmans here, so, you know, obviously it's probably going to be me that loses a guy. We'll see. You know, Penguin is, you know, he's hoping that he doesn't lose his 1 guy there. That would be really bad. So let's see here. No, it was me, of course. So I'll get 2 prestige for that. And we are arriving, and well, we are here, and let's see, how much strength do we have? So we have 3. This is, where are we? No, we're over here. It's a 6. We have 3 and we're going to roll 2 dice. I don't think I want to gamble on that, because if we fail, no, let's just do trading with Lindisfarne. This is going to be placed anyhow, but let's do trading here because we arrived, so we did it. And now we get a loot card each, but I also get an extra because I'm the leader. So let's see, 1 for Penguin. He got some salt. Yeah, it's not bad. Let's see, I get 2. Oh, I got a thrall as well. And some gold. Oh, that goes nicely together with my silver, because remember, if I keep this, they get increasingly worth in points. I can show you here. On the back of the rulebook, you can see if for every unique goods you have, or unique arms you have, you get. So in this case, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unique. You get 9 prestige points. So that's really nice. So maybe I want to save them, or I might want to use them, because if I use them, I go up on the reputation. There's like different strategies to hunt for. If you want to go up the reputation, that means you also want to have guys out here on the outpost, because then you will score a lot for those. So that was the journey. It was successful. Did some trading, so bring everybody home. And also when you do, oh yeah, we did 2 rune watches as well. So I get the U there, and Penguin gets the T. It's an A, of course. There we go. And so everybody is home. We're done the summer basically, and it's also really nice on the board here. You can see exactly what happens, and you have the seamanship test, the card that we draw to see how well we've done on the ocean, on the travel. And we do the discovery marker, the battle, and the slayer dice comes in. They will do the loot cards and the runes, and for the trade, the seamanship, discovery marker, loot cards, and the runes. So now we go to autumn. Now we're going to get prestige for preparations and trade with outposts. But in the first year, there's no trading with outposts because we haven't had time to do that yet. So we just get prestige for the preparation area. And this is also the spot where we could... Yeah, I'm going to play my silver. I'm going to get rid of it. Which means I get to play it because this is when we get the prestige. And now I will get an extra prestige for every guy I have back home in the village. And since I play this, I also get to move up on the reputation track. So now I start scoring some points. I still just score 1 point or 1 prestige for each trading post I'm at. But if I move up 1 more step, I will start scoring 2 for each. So that this can go really high. Really cool stuff here. You can really get a lot of prestige that way. So anyhow, I have 2 guys in the village. I will get 4 prestige then. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm catching up to Draco, but Draco will get 2 as well, of course. 1 for each, and Penguin gets on the board here as well with 2 prestige points. Because I don't think no, they didn't have any. They didn't have any way to boost that. Okay, so that's the autumn, and now we'll do Jarl election move 1 step. So we'll basically just tell the game that now we spent 1 year, and then in the last year, of course, this is where the game ends. We don't have a winter in the last year because it will go in over there. We will count up the prestige, see who wins. Now we go to the winter. Now we will have growth, which means everybody gets 1 Herdman. Especially Draco is happy for that because he lost so many. But also we can use free trolls. Basically it's the slaves that they had at this time, and you can free them to become Herdmans instead. Draco will do that. He will play 2 because he really needs more guys. So he'll get 2 more Herdmans over here. And now he played 2 cards, which means he moves up 2 steps here on the reputation track. And I think, yeah, Penguin does the same. So he moves up here. He gets another guy. He has a lot of Herdmans now. Did I? Yeah, I had the troll card. I mean, in the beginning you want to do this because basically, well, you get to move up here, which is important, but also you need Herdmans to do stuff. Also now we take a look at the Champions Hall skill card. So now we're going to get new skills based on the turn order. And let's see, so in a 3 to 4 player game, it's a bit hard for you to see over there. Let's see if I can zoom in over there. Here we go, we'll get some focus there. In a 3 to 4 player game, the first player will get 3 skill cards. So I'll take 3, I'll show you those in a second. The second one gets 2 and the third gets 1. So 2 to Penguin and 1 to Draco, okay. And now I'll show you the cards. So now I got 3 new skill cards, and I can place these on my champions. Now I can't place more than 1 on each champion each year. Let's see what I got. So I got the Salty 2 seamanship when trading, and you can't have the same card twice, so we can't boost him up like that. Or a big back, I can carry 1 extra loot card, that's pretty good. Or another one, I smell them. What I could do is I could just put this one here and this one here, and both of these guys would be good at everything. I guess that's a valid strategy. I guess it is. I could... No, I'm just gonna go for basic. I'm gonna put like this. And the reason I do this is that I want to boost, like, if, at this case, if he goes pillaging now, he will have 3 seamanship, right? Instead of being good at everything, because there's no point. I mean, they can go to different spots, different ships. So, and this guy will get an extra. So now everybody has some more seamanship, which is really important if we're gonna make it over to the harder spots to get. Draco is in the same situation here. He got the cursed. Once per round, he can save. Oh, this is nice. He can save a herd from dying. Oh, he kind of wants that. At the same time, though, he wants to boost his seamanship. I think he'll do that. Yeah, he will boost this guy, so at least he has some seamanship with everyone. Because, as I said, it's really important. And let's say Penguin. What does he have? He could get some mushrooms, which is nice. That's the one Draco has. He can get I'm the leader. Count as 2 champions when calculate leader on a longboat. That's really nice as well. I think he'll do this. So he'll put this here. So he gets some seamanship, and he get Leif here. Will be stronger as a leader when we decide the leader and where we're going to travel. Because that could be really nice for Penguin to be able to decide where we're going. So that was the skill cards, and now we go to upgrading the longships. So the herdmans that stayed at home, they will start building on the longships and, you know, making better ships. So what they do is, they, for every 3, we have 6, so 2 longships will be upgraded, and we just move this out here, and we put in another longship piece. This is really nice system, how the longships evolve as we keep going, and they get stronger, so we can have more people on them. Because as you could see in the first year, it was kind of crowded, hard to get people on the longships. And you go from the top to the bottom, so next time this will be upgraded. So that's the whole year of Varjager. And let's do one more so you can see how things work now with the outposts. Okay, so we are in the spring once again. I am the first player, and I get to place, and I will place on an outpost. You want to grab those if you can. But you can't place, there's a rule saying you can't place 2 guys on 2 different outposts right away. Because if you could, you know, whoever is first will just grab them. It would be really hard to compete with. And it doesn't really matter which one you take, as they're all level 1 and so on. I'll just put this guy down here. So he's locked there for the rest of the game. That's also something I need to mention, because this means I will never get this guy again. So yeah, you have a limited amount of herdmans. Oh, these should come home, by the way. Sorry. So bring these home, and I'll put my other guy here on the preparation. I want to keep being first player. I like that. There's a few different benefits with it, and they're all good. So wow, look at this Penguin. He has so many herdmans. That's crazy. He's just gonna be able to overrun us now. Okay, and so it's his turn. He'll place Rollo once again out here. He wants to make sure that Rollo gets on this eastern ship here, because that will add 2 seamanship to it. So let's see, 2 seamanship goes over there. And Draco, what's Draco aiming for? Well, once again, Draco wants to go out fighting because of his Sven guy with the mushrooms. He will be stronger in fighting. I think this time Draco will try to go down here. So he goes there. And now Sven actually brings a seamanship as well, because he's upgraded since last year. Then it's my turn again. I will place 2. Oh, you know what? These guys weren't paying attention. They were so focused on putting out their champions, they forgot about the outposts. I'm gonna grab that spot right away up here. And they are like, no, why didn't we do that? We could have got them 1 each, right? That's how it goes if you're not paying attention. And then I'll put 1 over there. And now it's Penguin's turn, and he's right away, he's jumping over here to Bulgar. He doesn't want to miss the spot there. That's really important. So Draco's left without 1. But that's how it goes when you're too eager to go fighting. And then we have Draco. He's a bit sad, but he'll just boost up his ship down here. He wants to go fighting. He likes that stuff. So it's my turn. I want to put some... I'll put Knut over here, and he brings 2 seamanship right away because he's upgraded, so that's great. There we go. And then Penguin, he'll join me here actually. He sees that I'll probably be successful here because I'm really focusing on it. So, and he brings 1 seamanship. And Draco, I think Draco will jump in as well because he wants to be here as well. So he'll just jump in on the new spot there, and he'll bring 1 seamanship as well. And then it is time for, this is kind of hard. Should I want to make sure that I be the leader on this longship that I'm aiming. So I'll just put 2 guys here. And I think I pretty much locked it up now. And then we have Penguin and, let's see. Yeah, he can't, but he'll put 1 guy here at least so he can get some more loot, and then he'll start working on his longboat up there. Draco will put out his other lead champion up there. Bring some seamanship there. Let's see, is this correct? That is 2 for me. There's 1 for Draco. Yeah, that's correct. It's 4 seamanship. Now it's my turn again. I think now I will. Should I join up there or should I? I mean, the boat. It's looking pretty good up there. I'm gonna join with the. I'm gonna join with your trading guy up here. So I'll add 2 seamanship if it's trading time. If it's not, well, I add 1 normal as well, regardless of what we're doing, because I might not be able to decide up here. We'll see. And then we have. Where is he placing? Penguin. I think he wants to lock up the majority up there. Draco has his own ship down here. The problem is now if nobody else joins Draco there, he has no more champions. So if none of us jumps in, then Draco probably will fail this. So you gotta be careful with that. If you can't go on your own too much. So he'll go in here. And I have Erik still. But I'm gonna join Draco because I mean the option is that I could go and do some rune words, right? No, I'll join Draco here. I'll add a, let's see, this guy he adds 2 if we're going fighting and 1 regardless. And then we have Penguin, he'll go in. Let's see, he has to go do some rune words then. He already has an A, so he has to check over here. What could he possibly write with this? It could go for Argi, which means angry. So he needs an R or an I. Where would he get that? Oh, the R here. Yeah, he'll go here because he thinks this boat will be successful. Then we have Draco's last 2 guys. And now Draco can see that I want to go pillage here as well. We can discuss this, and he'll just join in with 2 more Herdmans. And he'll get the majority, and he can decide that we go for pillaging, and he will get that seamanship for that. We all get it. So, and now it's me again, and I have 1 more guy. I think I'll jump in here. Or am I? Because yeah, I'll do that. Because I can decide where we go. I can decide that we go pillaging, right? And then finally 2 more for Penguin. And he sees an opportunity here. He will jump in here. So he has 3 guys at home. So he can take control of the player order for hopefully. But remember, now we have some loot cards. We can also sacrifice those to increase our strength there in the preparation section. So that was the spring. Now we do the turn order and preparations, and what we do is we decide in secret how many cards. Now Draco doesn't have any loot. The Penguin has 3. I have 2. I don't think we're going to. But we don't. Penguin doesn't know how much strength I could bring to the table, right? So I think just to be safe, he sacrifices 1 card, just to be safe. And when you sacrifice it, you don't get to move up the reputation track because you gave it to the village, right? So he has 4 in strength here in total. He will be the first player. Now Draco has 2, so he'll take over here, and I'll move down to the bottom. That was a bit sad for me. But I focused on other stuff. That's how it goes. Now we go to the summer. It's time for voyages. We start with the top ship. And it's Penguin who decides, and he wants to go trading because then we get +2 on the seamanship. So let's see, we have 6 seamanship on the eastern. Yeah, I think, you know what? I think he's gonna gamble a little bit, a bit crazy, and go to, what's it called? Kjorngard, okay? And this is a level 2, so it gets us more loot. And he's gonna trade with Kjorngard. Okay, so let's see how it goes out on the scary waters. Oh, it wasn't that bad. It's orc mushrooms, but we get plus, so we made it there. Let's just mark this right away, so we know that we made it there. We're gonna trade. Okay, optional, reroll any number of champion dice once. Well, we're not gonna fight, so it doesn't matter. But if we were to fight, we had a chance to reroll, which is really good. Okay. So that's it, we made it over there, we're trading with them, and we get 2 loot cards each because it's level 2, and Penguin gets 3 because he was the leader. So let's see, Penguin gets 1, 2, 3, and oh, this is interesting, Draco gets 2 and I get 2, but me and Draco, we only have 1 guy there. So we can only bring home 1 loot. I have to choose between these. Oh, this is good for fighting, of course, you get to reroll. Let's see, I also want to consider, yeah, I have a shield, so I want to consider, I can just take any, I'll take the spear, because I want to make a set there, right? So I want to have different kinds of cards. And Draco doesn't have any cards. Yeah, he likes fighting, as we all know. When he gets to fight, he gets +1, so he'll take the sword. That sounds good for Draco. And Penguin doesn't have to choose. He can keep all 3 of his, because he has so much guys there that can carry loot. So he gets some amber, some armor and shield. He has a bunch. Oh, look at this. It's looking good for Penguin. He has nice sets building up here. And you know, the reason he was willing to go out here and gamble with the seamanship is he had this one. He could have thrown this in to get +1 seamanship if he had needed to. Now he can't do it when we already succeeded. Otherwise he might want to do it just to move up the reputation track, right? But he can't. You can only use those if you fail and you need those. Okay, so we're there. We did all this trading. Everybody comes home. And I must say that Penguin is a bit lucky because he hasn't lost anyone yet either, because he's just doing trading, right? He's not fighting and risking his Hirdmans. Now let's see, all this seamanship are removed, and we go to the next journey, the next voyage. And now I decide where we go. We have 4 seamanship. You know, I'm gonna be a bit careful here. I'm just gonna go to Brooch over here. I don't want to risk it. So we're gonna go there and we're gonna fight. So let's see if we get there first. We have 4 seamanship, so I think so. Yeah, we got +2. Wow. And it's God's will. The next hero that would be killed during this journey are saved with this card. Okay, so we'll remember that 1 guy is going to be saved when we do the fighting. Because now we have, let's see, we need 6 skill. We have, or fighting. We only have 5, so we all roll 1 die each. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of fightings. Okay, so we beat the poor brooch people here, which means we're gonna get double loot. You get double loot when you do the pillage, so we're going to get 2 each. But we also need to roll this one, see if someone died. 1 guy died, but he was saved right from that voyage card, so the seamanship test card. So that's all good. We did this. Now we get, let's see, we get 1 loot each. Did I forget? No. Ragnar Lodbrok is over there, and he can carry 1 extra loot. So that's good for Penguin there, the yellow player. So let's see, I get 2. No, I get 3 because I'm the leader. Axe, spear, and I can bring all this home. Oh, look at this. This is perfect. No, not that one, but these are perfect. They're all unique, right? So that's a lot of points in the end. And you can see down here as well on the board. Since I have 4 different, I'll get 6 points. So that's great. I'm going to keep those. Draco, he only has 1 guy again, so he has to choose. That's the downside of focusing on 1 ship like that. Yeah. So a helm that will protect him, or amber that will get him an extra loot card. I think he'll go for the helm. He's going all into war. And then we have Penguin, who gets 2, and he can keep 2. He can actually keep 3 because of Ragnar, but yeah, he got 2 X's, which is good for him. Let's see, what does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4 unique. Yeah, so he has 6 points there as well, 6 prestige for later or at the end game. So that was the successful voyage. We're all happy with that. And everybody comes home. And now we do the final ship. Oh yeah, there's a rune word there. Penguin was writing a R as well, so he improved on that as well. So that's great for him. So you want to do that. I mean, you don't want to skip the whole rune part. And at the beginning, you're sort of forced to do some because there's not enough space on the long ships. But later on, you can skip it if you want to because there will be place for other stuff. Now we do this, and Draco decides it's his favorite boat there. 2 shimmy ship if we're pillaging, so we're doing that for sure. Let's see, I think, well, I guess we'll go to Jorvik then, because that's a 3 seamanship, 5 fighting. That sounds good. So let's see what happens on our journey. Oh, storm, we lose a herd, but we get +2, so that's good. We made it there, no problem, but we lose 1, and it's only Draco that has herds, so once again he loses 1, but he gets 2 prestige points for losing that one in the storm. Now we reach Jorvik, and we're going to be fighting. We need 5 to succeed. Well, we already have it basically. We don't even need to roll because Draco has his Sven there with the mushrooms. So this is 2, 4, 5. So we already made it. So we'll just pull these guys back and we get loot. And now Draco gets 2 loot cards, right? Yeah. Draco gets... No, we were pillaging. So Draco gets 3 and I get 2. I can only keep 1 this time. Do I have a shield? Yeah, I already have a shield. I'll take the thrall then. Draco gets 3 and he can keep them all. He had a bunch of Hirdment there. Maybe you shouldn't remove them before you do this actually. So you remember how much you can carry. And he got another helm, an armor, and a thrall. So that's all good. So that was the voyages of the summer. Now we go to the autumn. Now we get prestige for the preparations and for trading with the outpost. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is really cool. So first of all, prestige for the... let's see, prestige for the preparation zone. I only have 1 guy there, so I only get 1 point. Penguin gets 1, 2, 3, and Draco gets 2. But now we also check this. Since I'm over here, I will get, for each trade post I trade with, I will get 2 prestige, and I have 2 of those, so I get 4 points. 4 prestige. That's awesome. Draco doesn't have any, he missed that. But Penguin gets 1 for each, so Penguin gets another prestige as well. So that's a way to get prestige, and as you can see, it's quite tight here so far. Now we go to Jarl election, we move this up, and we are getting so much closer to the end of the game. And now we go to winter, where we grow, do growth. We each get a new Herdman, we get new skill cards from the Champions Hall depending on the player order, and we upgrade the long ships. But I think I'll stop there. I think I've shown you everything basically. Yeah, and in the end game we do the calculation with the items we have saved up here, the loot cards. But also you want to use the loot cards, as you can see here, because let's say I get up somewhere around here, 7 loot cards played, I will get 4 prestige for every outpost. And by then, you know, now there's new spots for placing guys out on the outposts because we did successful travels. So there could be a lot of points to be gained that way. This is Varjager, really lovely prototype here, and I really had fun with this, and I hope you will as well. And thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out Board Games with Niramas more, which is my YouTube channel where I do these run-throughs of board and card games, you can go to YouTube and just search for Board Games with Niramas. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye-bye.